Doing some more 5-minute games here. Broke 1400 earlier today. Pretty excited. Let's see how this goes. We're playing against a Sicilian defense. All right. Accelerated Dragon. I know that there is some kind of trap here. I don't remember what it is. I used to play Bishop C4 here. And these days I'm finding Bishop E2 might be actually a little bit more aggressive. The thing is that I like combating D5, where I find, and also it's another piece defending. But so I used to play moves like Knight E2 coming over. We'll see what happens here. We will just have to see what happens. So he has this long bishop. Let's just queenside castle. Let's see how he develops. I don't want to ready a bishop and then he readies his, you know. That's not doing anyone any favors. He can take, knight takes, or bishop takes. If knight takes, okay, so we need to play bishop E2. He has some pawn moves. Nothing too scary. He doesn't have knight C6 and no bishop B7 or D7. D7 is the common place to put it. This is a sloppy game, to say the least. Actually, now I have that will kick his knight, and then I will have bishop H6, followed by this pawn move. I hesitate to say game, but this is pretty much game. This is lost for black. In a Sicilian dragon, this is no way to defend or attack. A6, B5, we're sloppy. It doesn't even have the rooks on the C file. Just sloppy playing. What I do like about the Sicilian dragon, you rarely ever see it come out to a draw. It just doesn't happen very often. What's absolutely crazy is that if he plays something like knight d7, I have knight c3 right away. I can almost play that move now. Or I can just capture right now. What happens if I capture? Why not? Bishop take, I'll just take it. And it'll have one less defender. Do I play the pawn move first? I don't see why not. I don't want him. I don't want the possibility of bishop h6 captures, and then his queen comes over, and you know, I want this to be a win. I don't want the queens to come off the board. He's behind, and he's so far behind in development. Black is so far behind in development. It's just, it's difficult. Not even a little difficult. It's very difficult. My mic might be a little spotty. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I'll lower the gain on this a little bit. Testing. It's just not going well for black. Capture. Oh, yeah, he still doesn't have anything there. Now this pawn is hanging. I might trade rooks for that pawn. That's very active. Has some threats going on. King side is devastated. All his pawns have advanced. There's no, or been traded off. There's just no good spots for his king. I have this. I have this discovered check. Now, if I hear trades, with his queen coming over, this rook will come over and take out d6. Let's get rook g1 in there first, making sure that's a pin. If I can pin it first, I mean, piece of cake. Nothing really attacked here yet. Let's see what's going on here. My spider sense isn't really tingling yet. If he has rook c8, bishop here, takes, and then that's it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, it's not nothing. There is an attack here. Maybe bishop here. Nothing is attacking me yet. This way, if I capture, it is done. Okay. There's that move. Now I move bishop here, threatening the rook. Now I can play bishop e2. Queen captures. And that's just done. That will be it. All she wrote. Doesn't even have this pawn as compensation anymore. This is a bit of a joke. This game is over. Let's play Rook c2 lets me play a little more aggressive. I wonder if I should have just pushed that pawn. But we're playing it somewhat safe. If a4 plays, oh my gosh, there is a threat. Capture, 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 rook here. And I might have just lost. Let's see what I decided to do here. Let's see just how badly I handle this situation. Freaking time controls get me, man. I have that knight move. That's a good one. Good thing I moved this rook to f2. This game is getting tricky. Little bit tricky. The thing is, he's so far behind in his attack because he hasn't even developed his piece, his main pieces, you know? It's like, what did he ever hope to accomplish without half his pieces? Here comes checkmate. Here comes checkmate. Here comes checkmate. Right down checkmate lane. We're gonna do this because that rook is defended by the bishop still. Check. Oh no! What have I done? What the heck? Okay, well, we've got the queen coming here. And checkmate to follow. Check. Bishop f2, check. Has to move, captures. Doesn't quite get him off the hook. Checkmate. All right. Wow, I need to refresh my eyes after that one. Was he good sport? Yes, absolutely. Okay. Here we go. Bishop d7. Now, do I play queen c7 first? He might get an attack here, but I feel like I should have played h5 here. I may have made an error. Oh yes, oh yes. Because if I capture here, if I play here, I will get the black bishop of white, which is usually like the key piece. Captures, captures. Oh my gosh. I have my knight still here. I don't think he has a win after that. Wow. 2 dragon games in a row. That's pretty exciting. This again. I almost just don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, what if I just aim for e5? I just see no reason not to. This is a very different opening. I just don't want to play this London opening again. I'm getting really tired. I'm getting pretty tired of it. People are just slaves to their systems, and man, let's tear it apart. We're thinking knight here, or just straight up here. Would he even care? Would he even care? Takes, pawn, takes, 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 takes. Let's see what's in store here. This is fairly interesting. The knight captures, another knight capture. Oh, okay. Well, if I capture here, he captures, I can capture the rook. Whereas the other way around, what if I forgo that entire, what if I capture? He captures. Now if I push this pawn up, capture, capture. Am I okay with that? Capture, capture. I'll have isolated pawns. I wonder if I did the right thing. Now here, the move is to push a weakness. Wonder what to do. Wonder what to do. Not down any material, but man, are things opening up. I wonder if I should close it. Do I close the game? I'm going to give myself the option to have this long diagonal. Yeah, now we're cooking. Now we are cooking. He's got this move, pawn moves. Starting to look a little dicey. We've got king moves, rook stacks. Well played. I really hate the London system. And I mean, I really hate it. Um, what do we have? I'll rematch you. Whatever. D6 Sicilian. Okay, bishop e2. Pawn g6. Kingside Castle. Kingside Castle for Sicilian Dragon. That is for cowards. We like the long queenside castle. Opposite side castle attacks. Those are so cool. Do I have attack? Takes. Oh, you know what? I did last turn. No, I didn't. I just now have it. That's too bad. Maybe if I didn't play d6 first. Why did he play that? I'm thinking pressure over here. Pressure on the queen side. I feel like a4 is the move there. I feel like a3 is very a little bit amateurish. Wait. Yeah, pushing for that pawn. I see. He's nervous about how his defense is holding up. Let's get rook c8 in. Planning for knight e5. He's got this trade, but like it's not doing a lot, you know? I might play rook c8, rook e8, preparing for capture. He's getting a lot of time to prepare for d5. d5 is the plan. Rook e8. Makes it a little more possible. If he has bishop h6, I can just take my bishop back. That is so bizarre. I don't know why he did that. Oh, he's worried about this long diagonal. Man. We're gonna go for this angle. try to get one of these bishops. I'll probably end up with his light squared bishop. But now this diagonal is a little stronger. I cannot believe he hasn't made any outposts or anything. I mean, I guess it's just not well defended. And I'll kick it. I will kick anything with e6. Is also a problematic area. All right. This is where we get the genius move. H8. The dark squared bishop is such a strong defender for black here that making that exchange, one, just later in the game, if I just let him take it, it lets it so that at some point he can make some kind of discovered check, maybe in the game. It's happened too many times. The Sicilian defense open dragon classical attack. Wow, that really confused him. I bet he doesn't really know what he's doing anymore after that. Now I have moves like knight h5, maybe coming over to f4. I mean, who knows? Now this is what I was talking about earlier. I have e6, knight b4. I just push this rook. And then he doesn't have anywhere for that knight to go. Bishop captures. This pawn is hanging now. What if I do a little preemptive move? I just need to defend this piece. That knight is currently hardly threatening anything. His only threat is here, if I hear. Not looking good for his knight. Oh, fudge. I'm okay if he takes the rook. That was rough. Okay. Wow. He let me get... He had this fork. So I took the bishop. If he takes with the knight... Man. Incredible. I'll take 2 pieces over a rook. Maybe 2 knights is a little bit of a rough time, but a bishop and a knight, so much better than a rook. So much better. Just no contest. I haven't had a chance to play d5 yet, so my position's been cramped. But d5 is coming. I need to find a good outpost for this knight. His bishop is not really doing a whole lot. I can't say much for mine, except it does have heavy potential threats. So his bishop was here, moved here, mine moved back, his moved back. So he kind of lost the tempo in that whole sequence. What am I doing here? This bishop is a little bit in the way. I kind of want my knight to come back. Or come up back to d7 up here. He needs to put pressure on my queen side. Bishop b7. That bishop has been making some travels. Almost 4 or 5 moves in a row of the bishop. He's taking the square left behind. I'm no longer threatening this area, so he's moving in. Can I play this? Captures. I almost can. Do I just need bishop b4? Is that all I need? No, he's got c4 coming up. It's good. Is it lethal? Probably not. Okay, here's the problem. His pieces are all active. Mine are very passive. By that I mean I'm in a very defensive position. I never accomplished d5. Which, like, when you're playing the Sicilian defense, d5 is pretty much your objective. Like, that's what you're playing your whole game to accomplish. I have this move, he plays here. He won't ever have anything on b6. And once again, this is a pretty passive square for my bishop. I'm not very happy about that. I'm thinking about knight c6 here. I've got to get to queen d7, maybe. He's thinking about stacking up his rooks, probably. Okay, now I got to get my rook in, and then we'll be cooking. Oh, I didn't realize how low on time he is. Wow. Who knew? He might move here. Let's see what happens. I'll get a check in. Now, does he take it? Don't know if that was good or not. It's rough. Position is rough. Let's just keep it together. If I had exchanged this, he's got that discovered attack. Let's keep things a little hectic for right now. He has this move, but it creates a huge draw. He's looking at rooks here. That's okay. That's a win. Now it's not. I could have taken his queen right there. He's running really low on time. Whoops. If I can get my knight there, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. Ooh, what the heck? How did I not see that? I'm just gonna push this. I think I can push my piece, my pawn a little easier than he can. Not to mention, I'm not really worried here. He moves, takes, and then I just push the bishop. Defended, attacking his pawn. I think I could take just, I think I could almost just snatch that pawn with a piece and trade it and still win this game. Move. Just taking away all those chances. It also gives me a little more time, which I was running low on. Alright. For any viewers, I'm on chess.com. You're welcome to send me challenges if you like, or have commentary. Earlier we had about 3 or 4 people on. It was fantastic. We had some great chess conversations. We had people rotating in and playing. All ratings are welcome, and any time increments. Maybe not an hour, but definitely welcome to play it. That's what I'm here for. Chess all day. Kind of hoping for this exchange. We'll get this bishop out of the way. If he checks, we've got knight e2 coming. Or something like d4. I'm going to have f3 coming. Okay, his bishop's on this square. Not worried about this at all. We do want white to advance this pawn. That'll be so weak. So weak. Right, what are we missing here? His bishop hasn't moved yet. His knight hasn't moved yet. Are we playing or what? What is going on here? He's gonna give me some discoveries if I get my knight up here. Okay. Good. I think that was I heard a sound. I think that was a follow. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It's my second or third day streaming, so I really appreciate all the support. It makes me really excited to do this. Attacking my dark squared bishop. Let's see. Weirdly, I should just take here. He'll have doubled pawns, and if I... Oh man, if I could turn this into an attacking piece. Moving here. Let's look at this. I might have a win right now. If I move here, his queen can just take. But if I move this knight, forking this piece, he can't take my rook right away. And if I just take his bishop, that's not very useful. If I move, I have to be precise here though. He doesn't have any squares. He'll have to move to e2. After that, I don't really have any counterplay against offer to draw, decline. I think I'm very much winning here. I play knight e5, queen e2, or d1. Then what do I have? Knight c6. And it looks like it doesn't do very much. Maybe because it doesn't. I'd be much stronger on this dark square. I have queen d3 available here, and it takes off that diagonal from him. The only reason this is good is because it's defended by that pawn. Now if I play here, his only move is f4. If he plays f4, I have knight f5. No, I don't. I have knight g6. Let's put him into a let's put white into a very passive position. This will be good. Only move available here is f4. It's the only move that stops the mate. With bishop and queen here. After f4, I have knight g6. Good. Actually, play here, captures. That's a really tricky way of getting in there. That's a trap. If he takes, no, he's got f4 again. We're gonna play knight g6. I'm just gonna challenge it. He'll probably place queen c2. It's great because his rooks aren't connected, his knight isn't getting out. We're making sure he doesn't have time to do that. Just keeping the pressure on. An open file like this, maybe he was planning on like rook g1 and having his own attack. Sometimes you can turn your weaknesses into attacks, but man, I don't think he's got it here. There it is. Takes, 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 queen takes. Oh, I see. He's trying to force the exchange. Do I take it? Do I take on a forced exchange? What about moves like rook e2? They just don't work. They just don't work. Not in 5-minute time. It doesn't work. I think I had some extra attack I could have built up. I just don't have the time to do it. I've been losing on time today more than anything. I've lost 4 or 5 games today that I was winning significantly, like more than 2 pawns, and losing on time. Really prefer those longer games where you can really like stare at the board for 3 or 4 minutes and on one move, like those 15-minute, 10 or 15-minute increments. Not increments, 10 or 15 minutes. I think the increment setting is usually like 5 or 10 seconds or something. Okay, so here's his offer. Do we take it? We can play queen here, check. He moves his queen again to here. And then we can play... Oh, he's threatening mate. What do we do about that? Nothing, do we? We're just going to threaten his pawn. I don't care if you care. I don't care. Pillow TF. Hi, Pillow TF. Thanks for joining the chat, man. Or a woman, I don't know. Let's see. Heard that. I think that was a. I'm new to the stream, so I think I know what sounds mean sometimes, but sometimes I just don't know. I think that was a follow. Either way, thank you very much. Oh no, I hung that piece. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Ah, I took my eyes off the board for a second. Wow. Do I deserve this? I don't think so. I don't think I deserve this. Man, and I lost on time. Do you play chess, Pillow? Pillow TF? You do? If you play on chess.com, you're welcome to send me invites. My username is checkmate4283, and if you're here just to watch some games and have some chess commentary, that's cool too. But if you want, I can. Yeah, cool, man. We had a few games going on earlier today, and it was a blast, man. We had 2 or 3 people just commentating on what the games were. Elo and 3 Blitz. I don't know. The Blitz ones I'm not as good at. I think it's like 1,000 in bullet chess. I think the 5 minutes is Blitz. That's at 1,400 right now, and then like the 10-minute timers, I have like 1,550 or something. But man, I hadn't played that much since high school, but I've been playing some chess this month. The Queen's Gambit came out in last year, and I had a couple friends that I went to music school with. They got really into it, and or they'd been into chess for a couple years already, but that kind of got their fire burning a little bit. And so he made some Facebook posts. It's like, hey, I got to 1,800 on Blitz. And I was like, there we go. There's someone who's into the game. Lucas is happy. And I played a couple games with him and kicked my butt. I hadn't played that much since high school. C6 is a good move. So we've had some correspondence games going on. Bishop C5 is nice. Going for a little Italian game here. Knight F6 is essential in this opening. Some people play D6 and it loses control of the center. Nice play. Yeah, I used to go to chess tournaments and stuff when I was in high school, and I used to take it pretty seriously. But I'm getting into it, and I saw some chess streamers I was a little inspired by, who are musicians as well. I was doing a little recording this afternoon and working on some stuff so I can put it on the stream. Hopefully by tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Bishop b6. Usually people play bishop b5, and then there's like a exchange here. Bishop b6. That's still available. I wonder if it's almost more dangerous now. I feel like if I play something like b5 or d5, then I just lose this. Let's see what happens. If I play b5, d5, knight comes over to a5. bishop d3. Oh, if I play d5. Whoa, 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 whoa. We aren't looking at the board here. Let's castle. Halo. Hello, Fazlinawala 12. Fazlinala. I'm not sure how to say that. Halo. Hello. It's good to have you here. And an unexpected follower. What is your Elo and Blitz? Blitz. Yeah, and 3 Blitz. I think 3 is under bullet as well. I think it's like 1,000. The faster the games go, in my chess games, the lower my rating. And it has to do with, like, over the past week, I've noticed my rating is getting a little bit better. Cause I remember, like, studying the game a bit in high school and, like, remembering strategy and positional stuff, but my tactical acuity, like how far I can see into a game, is not where it used to be. Not at all. Oh, I heard something again. I think that's another follow. Thank you very much, guys. I'm not sure what that sound... I hear sounds like... But I'm new. I'm not sure exactly what some of these sounds are. We're going to go for a little bit of a tactical shot, I think. Let's see what happens here. The idea here... Oh, okay. Taking on the rook. Now, I prefer having 2 pieces to a rook, but he broke my king out. So we can see what happens here. It might get a little dicey. Now I have this tactical shot. I can capture. He'll capture with his rook. Oh, he can capture with his rook. I was thinking capture, check, capture, queen check, moves his king, capture. But he just captures with his rook. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't even be looking at that. I am seeing things. This D pawn is going to be bane of black's existence. I will have bishop f5, getting in front of my king. Also reinforcing that pawn. You still here? Hey, Krish. Good to have you back, man. Krish was on here earlier today. Krish80. He's in the chat as well. It is black screen again. Can everyone else see the game? Okay. It's just a black screen. Black screen? Someone was that you, Krish, saying that it was a black screen earlier today? Was that you, or maybe it was someone else saying that there was a black screen as well? I'm having trouble remembering. Yeah. Last time you saw that black screen, Krish, I didn't really change anything. It was just like 30 seconds had passed and it suddenly wasn't black anymore. I thought it was you. I was making sure I was remembering right. I didn't want to say that and then you know what they say about making about assuming. Let's see. This could be interesting. let's... I want to get tactical, but I need to just get my king to safety. Is it still black, Krish? Krish 80? It's your Wi-Fi, maybe? Mine or Krish's? Man, I had the craziest thing happen last night. I had I was streaming. This is like my second day streaming, and last night I was in the middle of a game. I'm not sure if I was I think I was streaming. Yeah, it was like the middle of the night, and someone had just joined. There was one person following it, and we were chatting and stuff. He joined in for his first game, and like 3 minutes in to the game, I lost it. What is the time there now? It's right now it's 1:30 in the morning. I'm in Kansas Western time. Let's see. This is getting a little tricky here. Is there an increment in this game? No, there's not. Oh man, whoops. I should have been moving a lot faster. Oh man. Oof. Please check and challenge you to rematch. Yes, I accept. I'll keep in mind that I don't have the time increments here. What time is it over where you're at, Krish? Oh, but last night I was playing with this guy, and in the middle of the game the Wi-Fi dropped, and it's the first time I've ever had the Wi-Fi drop, and I called Cox, my internet provider. Captures. I almost need a knight here. Let's play a little more closed here. But just nuts to have the Wi-Fi go out like that for the first time. Man. Okay, I think I can just play d5 right away. Capture, 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 capture. I don't think so. Here, capture, 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 capture. I think I can do it. Now you can see. Oh, okay. Good, Krish. Good, man. I'm glad you can. I'm glad you're back in business. It's good to have you back. I'll take with this pawn. I'll keep this diagonal for myself. That was a perfectly fine move. I don't mind losing my white squared bishop. because my pawns are on white squares. Those are referred to as bad bishops. Bishops that are on the same square as your pawns. And this is a very open game, so I actually prefer having a bishop because it can move around long distances on the board a lot easier than other pieces. Oh, there's a knight hanging here. It's hard to come back from losing a piece, but I had a game earlier today where I hung my queen. Of all things, I think Krish was there for that. I might have been with Krish, but just lost my queen in the middle of a game. It's rough, but you can come back from it. He's got moves like a4, defending this pawn. Then I'll play something like a3, threatening to take the rook. Let's just get this bishop out of harm's way. What time is it where you're at, Krish? You never answered. Maybe your phone was kind of black or something. Now we have to watch 12. Okay, so you're in is it mountain time? Oh, 12 afternoon. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. So where are you located, Krish? If you don't mind me asking. India. That's awesome, dude. Well, I hate to. I was gonna say I made some Indian food tonight. I so I'm a musician. I really am into Indian music. I started listening to like ragas and stuff. Well, and like the sitar and the two drums that are called tablas. I'm not sure what. Maybe they're called different things in India. But that's cool, man. I made some butter chicken today. I'm not sure. Is that a traditional Indian dish? Because I'm in the United States. I don't know if that's a true dish. Okay, we've got check here, but also we have this play. So what might happen is queen takes the rook. That'll be check, and then the bishop will take as well. Traditional Indian dishes are mostly vegetarian. Oh, really? Interesting. Mostly vegetarian. What do we do here? This is check. I think we've got mate on the next move. Okay. Good game, Lucas. Lucas is happy. Excellent game. You're welcome to play again, or if anyone else wants to send me an invite as well, we can take turns. That's fine. But you're welcome to send me a request on Checkmate 4283. GG's, my man. Pillow TF. If you haven't already hit the follow button, please do. The stream is new for me, but I've had a lot of encouragement from everyone hopping on today. Especially Krish hopping on here a couple times. And here's an invite from him now. There's a guy I've been following on Facebook recently. He was doing a chess stream, and he got me really inspired. Yeah, it happens, man. I've hung pieces more than I would like to admit today. Or Krish, you've been playing the Vienna game, right? I should have played E5. And I ran out of time on that last game. It's so hard to, on these shorter games, it's so easy to lose track of where things are going, man. You know, I prefer the longer games that are like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I just feel like it turns into a better game. But there's nothing. But these 5-10 minutes, it's great for rotating people out. Everyone has a good time. It's fast, action-packed fun. Keeps the ball rolling. If I play A5, threatening that bishop, might force A3. Is it good? Is it good, or am I just moving stuff around? I will just develop. I'm still trying to figure out how to counter the Sicilian defense. How to counter it. Interesting. It's I'm still trying to learn how to play the Sicilian defense. I feel like the Sicilian is the opening I'm better at playing for black. But anytime I play against someone else who's playing it, I feel like they play it better than I do, or use different ideas than I do, and I feel like other people's ideas are stronger than mine. So I don't know. I always find it's weird in the Sicilian that white has this queenside majority, and it's always difficult to manifest it into like it opens up E4 for white. Pillow, are you more comfortable playing against like E4, E5 openings as white? I know I am. I feel like I know the Sicilian a lot more, but E4, E5 is like my sweet spot comfort zone, you know. E4, E5 feels like home. Mostly play E4. Me too. Yeah, and as the first move, I feel like D4, man. I said something earlier in a stream, and I was like, I was getting a little frustrated with people playing D4 a lot. Especially when I'm black, I just don't have strong responses to it. This bishop is hindered by this pawn. It's not going anywhere. If he plays b4, b6, this diagonal is locked. I feel like the dark squared bishop should have come out to f4 or b or g5. We've got Krish in India. Where are you located, Pillow? I'm in the US. The first time I played chess, I got Scholars Mated. That's the Scholars Mate. That's like the Scholars Mate is when you have like a bishop and queen targeting the f pawn next to the king, right? At the beginning. Like you play e4. It would be something like e4, bishop c4, queen f3. Philippines, awesome, man. You wouldn't have. I don't know a lot about the Philippines other than Efren Reyes, who is a pool and billiards player. Is pool and billiards big in the Philippines? I don't know if it's. I almost don't know if it's rude for me to assume if. I just want to know how big Efren Reyes is. He was like a big pool legend. Oh wait, I'll be right back. Okay, I'll still be here, Pillow. Queen d3. So I feel that in this position, I can take this knight, pawn takes, and it opens up the king. I feel like before that pin, that queen moved, bishop c1, bishop e2, something like that was necessary. Oh, there's nothing retook. Oh my gosh. I can just retreat. Maybe there's a little bit of a... That might have been some good judgment not stacking the pawns and opening the king open, but being down material also makes it pretty difficult. These bishops need to be on squares where they can be in, have more scope. Because this is two pieces, whereas these bishops are doing something. This bishop can move here and have long scope shooting down to the king. All right, now these rook files are opening up. There's actually a possibility of closing it. And immediately like moves like bishop e3, challenging the bishops, but once again, might double that pawn, and white is currently down a piece. Exchange. Black has control of the file. Usually when pieces are opposing on a file, like rooks, usually in exchanges, oh, there's a mate here. because the bishop covers that diagonal. Wow, and the bishop was there blocking the rook. Wow. Wow, good game, man. We'll say you're a good sport. I see your friend request, so it's easier for us to play games in the future, Krish. Are you interested in playing another one? We can play one of your Vienna openings. I didn't see that. Oh yeah, the checkmate. Yep. Man, I got back rank mated today. Oh, almost the exact same thing happens to me. It catches you off guard, man. I've had plenty of blunders today. Sometimes you get to do it, and sometimes it happens to you, and it does not feel good when it happens to you. But it's quick, short games, and oh, whoops! I hit decline there. Can you send that again? I'm sorry, Krish. My bad. I did not mean to decline that. All right, I'm playing white. Is that okay with you, Krish? Okay. E4, E5. Okay. Solid game here. Something popped up in the corner of my screen. I'm not sure what that was. I'm thinking about tomorrow I should try playing some open games. Not open games. What? Some gambits, like the Evans Gambit. I think that would be really fun. Let's see. Takes. Now this is interesting. This H6 move, I think, was timed a little early. Because usually white is not castled right now. Like, imagine if this pawn was back and I wasn't castled. Right now, if there's a knight capture, I can just push him back almost instantly. I wonder if I should do that. Attacking this pawn, but also if I take here, this knight does not have squares it can go to. Oh man, black has two pieces hanging. What do I do here? We'll take on the bishop first. Gotta just take material. Okay. Okay, I like the attack, man. I really like it. If G3 tries to kick the queen, this is going to be mate with the knight defending it. I don't feel like I have a lot of options. Um, I can play h3, but then if this knight moves or something, bishop takes is going to be problematic. So I'm going to play bishop g4. Now if something like knight captures g4... Oh, wait, what am I doing? Why didn't I take that? What happened? Queen h4. Man. Playing too many games in a row. No, I messed up, man. I didn't see it. I didn't see the capture on the queen. Totally slipped by me. Man, I was playing against a 1500 rated player today, and at one point they hung their queen, and neither one of us saw it. You know. All right, well, good game there, Krish. I think you're still the only person in here if you want to play another one. Let's look back at this game. I think the move here, rather than h6. Hey, Pillow. I just finished up a game with Krish. We're looking at it right now. So since we just played Krish, Pillow, if you'd like to send a request, you're welcome to. If not, then I'll play Krish again. It's on your preference. But let's look at this game. Let's look at this game for a second, Krish. So h6 here. Usually you want to play bishop c5. And then knight f6 here. Good. All right, Krish. So I'll play Pillow in a second. Whenever they send me an invite, and then bishop's here. Then that. Then you actually have a knight move. This castle just being castled for white already really puts a damper on attacks. Lucas is happy. Excellent games, Krish. Enjoyed playing you. Lucas is happy. Okay. Good. This is you, right, Pillow? Good luck, man. It gets really fun in these chats if you get a couple people together talking about the games. Bishop b4. That might just... If he plays here... Chase, maybe a4. I can force that, but do I really want a pawn diagonal that looks like that? It doesn't really do anything. It's just pushing the pieces around. Just because I can do something doesn't mean it's a good move. Now bishop to c4. It's interesting. I almost feel like d6 or knight f6 would have been better here. Because he stopped my knight, maybe. Well, in an Italian game, like some people just play d6 and white will play d3, but there's another line that's fairly aggressive, which does involve playing c3. If you remember in our game, Krish, playing c6 was what allowed me to get a little ahead in tempo. Black will want to play knight f6. Tempo is essentially just another word for a time to make a move in chess. Ooh, queen f6. So now if I take, it's opening up this line. Well, but it's hanging hangs the bishop. So I don't have to take the pawn. I can take over here. And then there's a material advantage here. There's also, I thought you were playing two knights. I thought you were playing the two knights defense, the opening. There's an opening called the two. There's an opening called the two knights that starts out with knight c3, where black has two knights come out. I don't really. I used to play two knights quite a lot, but not so much these days. I feel like if you're white, what would happen? I'll tell you why. What would happen in those games is like knight f3, knight c3, your bishop goes to c4, pawn to d3, right? You kingside castle, and black pretty much does the same thing. His bishop comes here, and the pawn structures are almost exactly similar, and it's you know, there's three ideas where your black's bishop goes, or like where exchanges happen. You've one outpost you can make out with a knight. It's just difficult to play in a meaningful way. You know, after you play that opening like 20 times, I kind of, not 20 times, I played it a lot. I got a lot of mileage out of it. But I just feel like this has some more options, some more tools available. It's also, I feel like the c3 move, c3 to d4, it offers some opportunities for your opponent to make more errors that are crucial. Like h6, hardly a big deal, right? Like that's usually a fairly good move in most openings, but it was like a deciding factor in our game, Krish. Just things like that. I guess it wasn't like a deciding factor, but it does make things difficult. Okay, he's got an interesting pin here. That's hard to deal with. Oh, I can do a little check here. If he moves his king back, I get both rooks for free. Oh, if he takes, it's not doubling the pawn. If he takes, I'll take with my knight. Oh, but he has like e5 here. Oh, I can check here and then queen check maybe? Not even going to look at it. Let's just do it. Here or here. Pretty much forced. And then we have this queen check. Now what? Oh, look at this. A discovered check, which takes on the queen. I don't think I have any mating options. I had to make sure that there wasn't a back rank mate here. I almost would have fallen for it. Oh man, I almost hung my queen there. Let's keep it. Let's get rid of any back rank mate things going on here. That is just terrifying. Oh, I had rook captures d6. Doesn't do as much anymore. Now that bishop can't move because of the check, I don't think anything can stop that mate. Well played, man. Excellent game. Let's give you a thumbs up, man. Well played, man. That was really fun. A 1 minute unrated. A 1 minute game? Okay. These 1 minute games are tough. Let's get some bishops working on here. I actually had a vulnerability there. Not taking that knight. There's just no reason to. Oof, the time is intense. The time makes this really intense. Wow. That was exciting, man. My heart beats out of my chest. I am not good at bullet chess. Not good at all. Okay, man. Krish, if you're still here, you're welcome to send another invite, or if anyone else is around, you can send invites to Checkmate4283. Thanks for the game, man. That was really fun. Krish is back. If you play E4, I will play E5. GG, my man. Pleasure. So this is a Vienna game, I believe. Or no, okay. Knight C3. Let's see what black plays here. I feel like with this kind of development, yeah, D3, Knight F3, we'll look at where the bishops go. This is the this is it. So everything is symmetrical right now, and it's perfectly fine. Oh, this is a 30-minute game. Okay. That's perfectly fine. In this position, I'm perfectly fine trading rook and pawn for two pieces. Those two pieces will work much better together than anything else. Queen F3. I feel there's a issue with that move, which is that there's not really anywhere for the knight to go anymore. It can only go back to H3 unless this capture is committed to, and once back, bishop E6, and then if captures, that queen is on that open diagonal, and this knight is not well placed. And now black is developed, rook is on an open file. This e-pawn can be used to go to d5. I just feel like in this game, after this, the main idea is moving bishop e3 or bishop g5 and deciding what white wants to do. Is there going to be exchange like what happened in this game, where you get a double pawn on the e file? You get compensation because you get this rook and maybe play in the center. Or do you play a knight here, or do you play this knight to capture this bishop? And that can end up with interesting pawns. But in this game, white moves the knight twice. If you're still in a developing phase, like white isn't castled, bishop is still down, you usually want to move your piece, each piece, just one time. And that's so I play mobile and was taking a poo-poo. In this game, white should finish developing. Play mobile was taking poo-poo. Because now queen d3, this knight is moved twice, and is in a less productive square. This queen is not exactly in great position. I can play knight d4. It's a great square. Usually that knight on f3 is defending it. Can capture. I'm threatening c2 right now, but white is pinning g7, which means he can capture on h6 without any penalty, which I'm not a fan of. So I will play king h8. So now if he captures on h6, g captures h6 is no problem now because this pin doesn't work anymore. Man, there's an enormous pin here. If this knight wasn't there, I wonder if I should. Oh, he's going for it. It's so hard for that knight to develop. Maybe queen h4, king h7. That would pin the knight. That would do something. That would do something. But at this point, what about moves like h5? The queen can navigate around, but then I gotta make sure this works. He's got, if I play here, knight g5, queen d2, guarding this pawn. Essentially out of moves. h5, queen g5, trying to get around. Queen, here I would play rook up. Check, rook moves. Yeah, I can play h5. On these longer games, you can just take a look at the board and really get things analyzed. Really observe the position. We might not do 30-minute games in the future. I might cap off the games at 15-minute limits, just so people can rotate more. But with like a time increment, like you get 5 seconds back or something. Okay, now I forgot what my answer to this was. I think I had... If I play rook f2 and he plays queen g6, do I still play rook h8? Or I can just play rook f2, f7. Am I up a piece? I didn't realize I was up a piece. When did that happen? Oh, bishop capture there. Yeah. I remember. Oh, and I can't play there because some issues. He might win this rook. I can play here. Queen check. Knight play here. Okay. It's okay with me. This gets a little bit hairy, but I think it's completely fine for black. Some great attacking tactics going on here. Something to watch out for on attacking though, you can almost count the pieces involved. So I've got a king. But if you count my defending pieces, I've got 1, 2, 3 against white's 1, 2 pieces. So is it going to be that hard to defend? Maybe not. I can bring this rook over very easily. But for white, it's kind of hard to get some pieces into play. F4 is a possibility. Bringing that rook in, that would be something. But I think, but stuff like that also opens up discovered check. It's tough. Right now we're looking at like knight captures, rook captures, attacks over. I'll get rook g8 over here later, putting pressure on this king. If queen captures, I have rook captures knight, and that's trouble as well. Also, if queen captures, I also have queen captures knight, which threatens mate and might force a queen exchange, either a queen exchange or queen to h3. Queen h3 looks very passive though. I don't want to trade queens exactly quite yet. Now, where does the queen go? h3. These two squares are taken. This square is taken. So this square is available. This square, this square. If he takes on h3, I have discovered check, winning the white queen. If h6, I don't even have to worry about it. Counterattack. I don't have to take the queen right away though. I can have an in-between move. I can just capture. That knight gone, knight e2 is coming up with check. Possibly. It's a possibility, not necessary. Queen h6. Very limiting for the queen. Now I've got this threat. If I play capture, then I could, okay. We'll do it the fancy way though. Keep the pin on. King moves. Rook captures. He might play here. I will have, oh, That makes that checkmate. If pawn didn't move, it would have been a rook and knight for a queen and pawn. Good game, Krish. Thanks for playing, man. I think we're friends on here now. Yeah, you're already a friend. GG, my man. Well played. You handle that two knights defense really well. I like it. All right. That was a pretty good game. Let's see. Is Pillow still waiting on a game? Pillow T. Oh, I get it. The last letter of Pillow is W, so it's Pillow WTF. Is that what that is? All right. Well, if Pillow isn't here at the moment, Krish, if you want to play another game, I'm down, my man. But send a shorter game. Maybe like a 10-minute game. $10 or 15 minutes. Let's look over some of the stuff in that game. Around here, Wyatt usually plays bishop g3 or bishop g4, and it's good to get the bishops out. Like that. If bishop e3, I take, you'll take. When you castle, you get this open file, which is great for white. If you play here, and let's say I play bishop e3, you have the option of taking on c5, and I will have two pawns challenging the center. You know, it's not a bad deal. There's also the characteristic that when you play here and you exchange, there's the terms good bishops and bad bishops. So a good bishop is a bishop that is on the opposite colors of your pawns. And so in those two knights game, you kind of want to consider, like, even if you're doubling the person's pawns, maybe you're also trading your good bishop for their bad bishop. We can play some more of that two knights defense. Oh, Pillow. Okay. This is where I like to castle. Kind of see where the other person's putting their bishops. Or castling here. Another move available to white here is going to be knight d5, challenging this knight. And once again, the exchange is open. If black has a pin here, then afterwards, knight d4 can cause some real damage because Well, we might do that here. So here is where I think it was last game we had bishop g5 happen. Let's have bishop g5, developing the bishop. It was the last minor piece that was not developed. So we'll have a pin here with knight g4 in mind as well. We want these pawns, this g pawn doubled. If the f pawn leaves the king, it's not a big deal, but if that g pawn moves away from in front of the king, like playing g6, no problem at all. And if it goes into a capturing position, it gets problematic for black. Very problem, or for white. If I had to capture a piece with my g pawn, either way, king is exposed. Sometimes it leads to some tactical ideas, like let's say I did capture here. You had a king move, and then the rook came over. Sometimes you can get some tactical ideas out of it. But if the game is open and some pawns have been traded, it gets hairy. It can get a little troublesome. 300 IQ moment. I almost need like an emoticon that has something for that. Let's see. Move like h6 is available. But g5 follows. It's very weak on the king side. Moves like bishop g4 are good. Moves like bishop e3 are good. Moves like knight d4. Okay, that's a good move. I'll play h3. But if he goes to h5, I will not play g4. That's an interesting move because, oh, well, if I take this knight and there's a pawn capture, that would be very good for me. But if I take this knight, queen captures. If the queens are off the board, if the king is exposed, but the knights are off the board, the king isn't in that much danger usually. Okay, there's the knight, and it's threatening my queen, but also the c pawn, and that's a little bit annoying. I almost have to play queen d1. I wonder if I should have captured with that pawn. Maybe it wouldn't have been a big deal. It would have. I did the right thing. But, and to move my queen like that twice in a row. Look, queen captures, goes right back to where it was. Pillow, is your name supposed to be the word pillow, but the last word is W, so it's pillow WTF? Is that what the idea there was? I'm just curious. Because I didn't notice it for a while until a little bit ago. Okay. This part in the game, it gets a little weird on how to develop. This knight can come back here, and put pressure on squares like f4, but also kicking the bishop a little bit. We will have knight d5. This will put pressure on this knight. If captures, I have bishop here. But what it also does is, since this knight has moved, I have moves like c3 coming up. This knight is also influencing f4 if I want to push this pawn later. So looking at ideas like c3, c3, d4, f4, ideas like these. My pieces are in very active positions. Okay, that kicks the... Well, do I move my knight? Attack. Do I move my knight? Or do I take with my bishop? I take with my bishop. If queen takes, I have the knight. So he has to take with his pawn. Or he'll just or black will just be down material. Okay, so how to approach this? We have check, and then queen coming to f4, but then we have stuff like knight d4 again, forking the queen and this pawn. Does it matter? We'll be threatening this knight check, but okay. Oh, it's a weak defender though. With h4, that knight can't move. If h5 and I capture, he can move again, but I don't have to take it. I can just move back. So that knight is falling just to a pawn. Counterattack. Man, that's really smart, man. Can't take here. Okay. I just have to bring it back. That was a really good in-between move. Very respectable. Another good move, man. Wow. Okay. Opening up the game. And that could really push my bishop around. Or no. Oh, okay. Well, okay, if I take, he takes, queen takes bishop. That would win a piece. Even though it looks defended. Now what if I take with my knight? I think I can do that. There are some discovered checks here. This knight is interrupting some of them. There's also some discoveries here. Discoveries here. Pieces are attacking. It's very hard to find out what to do with black right now. Relieving that pin on the knight might be something. There were some really good in-between moves. Let's look at this. H4 happened. C6. Delaying this attack. But just because these in-between moves happen doesn't mean the threats haven't been defused. And there's something there, like, let's say if you were playing H4 and someone plays these other ideas, you have to know when to keep the pressure going. You can't just do the trades and leave it at that. Things have to come at the right time. Wow, very defensive. Really, very, very good defensive idea. I don't have to take on the knight yet. So I can play something like F4. That might hurt me later with some discovered checks. Almost immediately. Grish is running low on time here. Pillow, are you going to be interested in the next game? It's going to be up for grabs. If you would like to, you're welcome to send an invite whenever, after the game. Krish, that was a really good game. I wish we had a little more time to play that out. There is some very respectable bishop. This suggests these check this out. So this move, bishop e7, is so key here. Bishop e7 was so good, man. Yeah, some excellent playing throughout. Pillow, if you're interested in sending an invite, you're welcome to. Let's look at this two knights game. Okay, so we both did the bishop pins. H3. Usually people play bishop h5. Bishop captures is okay as well. I liked that combination of bishop captures followed with knight d4. Over here though, Notice that, like, I waited for my knight to come to this outpost before the capture here. And that forced double pawns. And that's where this attack really came in. So instead of, if we didn't have this knight come here, then maybe something like king f8 or king h8, we would have had maybe knight e3. And what I would have had is, if this capture is this open file on black's double pawns, and these double pawns would have been well protected. So I would have been very happy with that, putting pressure on those from the row file. If Pillow isn't here for a game, Krish, I think you're still the only one here. You're welcome to send another invite if you like. So yeah, some good stuff going on there, Krish. There you go. Get that closed away. I'm not seeing any invites at the moment. Oh, okay. All right, I might be able to play a couple more games here. Let's do that 2 nights again. I am perfectly content with that. Taking this pawn. Only one mistake, yeah. I agree there. Really good plays there in that last game. A3. I just feel like some people do just play H3, but I'm not going to move my bishop to C5 only to move it back to B4 later. Maybe the idea is thinking of B4, having the bishop come out diagonally. That might be something. I'm going to do this pin again. B4, A5, I've got A6 coming up. Blundered. In this game? There's no blunders yet. Are you talking about last game? All right. H3. Or are you talking about last game, Krish? Okay, knight threatening here. Ooh. Well, I'll just castle. Some people like this exchange. I'm fairly comfortable with defending it. There's also this extra bishop here defending it as well. Oh, wait, what happened here? The queen was hanging? Oh my gosh. I see that now. I missed that, man. I've been playing for 2.5 hours. I just I just missed it. Man. There's moves like knight f3. F3 solves the problem. Yep. That will get you out of jail. F3 does have an issue with h6 because now there is nowhere for the knights to go. Bishop captures, but now instead of rook captures, I do have bishop takes. Knight captures. I feel like there's people with ratings of under 1,000 that these like knight g4 moves with the bishop, they usually work really well, but in reality, on rating, people with ratings a little higher, they don't pan out very well. They're very hard to use well without, like, this bishop isn't developed yet. It's just too easy to chase those knights back, and castling is a natural move. Castling is a very natural move there. It's hard for white to castle with that dark bishop here. If I capture, makes it easy for white to develop. So I don't think I'll capture it. Well, I have capture, capture, knight capture. With the surprise attack. Capture, bishop captures, knight captures. Maybe bishop captures here. Knight captures. Queen over here, maybe? Capture. Rook is okay. Okay, let's do it. All because of the surprise attack on that queen. Sorry, not queen, bishop. Takes. I wonder if I have the in-between move of queen a4. I should do that. I did not have the in-between move. Oh, rats. Did I just hang a piece? Man. That is rough. Let's see. I might have a mate anyway. Capture, capture, check. Move here. Check. Capture. Check. It just gets out too soon. Man. Oof. Even material now. Let's look at that again. Should have just captured the rook. It happens, man. Lucas is happy. I got your friend request. Chess.com. Thank you. He's got threats. Oh my gosh. I didn't know white could still castle. I am too surprised by that. What am I going to do here? That bishop is strong. Really strong. Let's get rid of that bishop. Captures, take. Can't move there. Only square is back. Or the knight will take it. You can defend it, but that bishop is adios. Could prepare for it. With the pawns. That might have been kind of interesting. Like a rook move or something. Game aborted. Why was the game aborted? Krish? Must have lost Wi-Fi. That's too bad. I'm sorry, Krish. You and Krish are now friends. That's good. Well, I'm sorry the game aborted, Krish, if you're still here. But, I'll probably call that a day for right now on the stream. That was another 3 hours almost. And, we did stream earlier today. So I'll call that a day for right now. Thank you guys so much for playing. I had a blast and a half with you guys. Thank you so much. Take it easy and have a good night, guys. Bye.